How this draft goes, because the Chiefs and Isurus Gaming will play, I believe, their last game. Chiefs definitely their last game. I think maybe ISG have one to play, but we'll check out the bands here. Karma, Azir, and Maokai for the Chiefs going to be taking those away, as Nidalee and Kalista with one to go there for Isurus.
What's interesting about Isurus is generally they only play 2 threats. So what we've been seeing a lot of is the tank top with the carry jungler and then your mid lane and bot lane threat as per usual. But Isurus are big fans of like the Gragas, and I would be surprised to see a Graves.
Well, there's Echo, but Swiper's got a big smile on his face. It is his birthday, by the way.
Hey.
And it is his, so happy birthday, Swiper.
But
we joked about it before.
Yeah.
Like this, he does it every game because he loves hovering the Tryndamere. But if there's ever a time to play Tryndamere, it's probably on your birthday when you've got nothing to lose in your tournament game. I'm not saying you should do it. Oh, they take Poppy. Never mind.
Okay, no
Dream
Maokai on the
crushed.
table. No Maokai on the table takes a Poppy. I mean, Trundle is still up, but with a QSS, Poppy should be fine. So I think that's a pretty good pickup.
Yeah, I agree.
Sad times. But we'll have to wait. He's only done it once, I think, in a competitive game. It was a win, if I remember correctly.
It was a win.
Yes, it was actually. Actually, it was against me.
Yeah. Oh no!
No, I
So
remember.
sorry.
I do actually remember that. That was yeah.
Well,
I'd forgotten until now. So thanks for that, Jules.
You're right, 30 seconds now for ISG, and they'll pick their first 2 here. We'll see what they respond to with the current bans and picks as they are. Poppy taken away, always a nice one.
I'm expecting Ali Gragas here. Ali because obviously it's very high priority for the Chiefs, but it's also just a very good support. And Gragas just because it's up, and this guy has been playing, Kratos, has been playing a fair bit of Gragas.
Well, maybe off towards the Graves, but we'll see. Gonna stick to what he knows. No,
okay.
Nautilus Alistar instead. Here we go, straight back to the Nunu Vlad. They won't be playing this.
Interesting that you would take the Nort. I mean, I guess you can flex the Poppy support, but...
Yeah, and they revealed what the Nautilus is doing as well, like 100% top laning with that.
Yes. So I guess they're afraid of the Poppy flex, and then Chiefs take Nord, and then he's left with no tanks to play. But yeah,
It's interesting.
it is.
Let's see what the Chiefs do on a pick here. Spooks hovers over the Graves. Graves Garen. I imagine Coach Shish has some strong words for these picks.
I mean, we did see the Vladimir earlier today do
Yes.
quite well. So maybe not so troll after all.
I hope there's no combating with the Nunu again, though. That's my only request. No.
Move speed is good on Vladimir. That blood boil.
So I've heard.
Not again.
10 seconds left.
Okay.
There's Siva Graves. Yep, those will be the
Okay, well,
lock-ins.
Chiefs have waited till they couldn't make it anymore to start playing Graves, which is a shame. But
Had one game, I think, at least in the tournament, which did look
that
good.
is true, actually.
But yeah, you're right. I feel like it was just open, and Spooks was still preferencing a lot of the older picks he was playing. Nidalee, Kindred, who are strong junglers, but we've seen Graves just be so dominant, particularly in this tournament, because of how the sort of metagame of the tournament's shaken out.
The Siva pickup as well, which is nice. Siva is just a strong AD carry. I was mentioning earlier that Radiant kind of suffers on immobile carries, and that is all that rings true for Siva. But I think I'm expecting something like the Siva Rise again. I mean, it's strong. It's a strong combo. It didn't work for them that time, but we'll see.
Well, there's Kindred and Lucian as well for ISG, so pretty nice stuff there. Lucian, Kindred, always nice. Very surprised, actually, that the Chiefs have stayed so far away from Lucian, who's been very popular this tournament long. But I think Radiant, again, a bit more of a utility carry player, does like his Siva, does like his Kalista, and it did play Ashe in the finals as well, so kind of maybe not as polished.
They played the one game of Lucian, I think, against... it was Saigon Jokers, I think they played against when they played Lucian, and he got destroyed. So I can see why he may not be in a hurry to pick that one up again. But Lucian's Kindred, very standard. The Graves is taken away. Kindred's still very strong. 2 strong carries to go with their front line.
Yep, and there's maybe Ejim with the Blitzcrank. Wouldn't mind that as a odd Lucian counter, perhaps.
Would be a nice Kindred counter.
That's true.
Just punch him.
Oh,
Grab
that's
him
the real
straight
technology. No,
Okay.
unlocked. It's LeBlanc and Trundle instead.
And what's nice about this is that they can flex this pick until the 30-second mark,
Yep.
right? Nort won't know who he's up against. And to be honest, both matchups are good for the Chiefs. So I think
Trundle into the Nautilus as
really,
well.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Really strong draft from the Chiefs in terms of the top lane matchup. Blind pick LeBlanc. Not entirely sure about that one. We did see the Kassadin hover, and that wouldn't be good for the Chiefs. But look, we said play comfort. He had to blind pick something. LeBlanc is mobile, does have pick potential, so not entirely bad.
Always surprises me how long it takes Swift to go back to the Assassins, but he's going to go back now. and take that LeBlanc into battle. Aurelian Sol will be hovered. He is enabled for the tournament, but I haven't seen anyone pick him up just yet. I wonder if Isurus are fancying a go, because it is late in the event, but I'm not too sure. Give them a few more seconds to sort things out. Oh, it's Lulu.
We haven't seen Lulu at all, really. I think we had one game.
Maybe.
Which still surprises me, because Lulu is by no means bad since the changes. It's a small nerf, but I think you need to have a composition that suits it. Otherwise, it's not worth it.
It was only a small nerf. However, I don't think she's very good into what the meta is. You know, she's not great into List. She's not great into Azir. She's not great into Ryze. So she doesn't have many good matchups here. What I do like about it is that it counters the LeBlanc a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, she's going to be able to keep her Kindred and her Lucian alive. Kindred also very good for that. They do have Naught ult as well for LeBlanc, so I don't think Swift is going to be able to just run in and kill whoever he likes. Conversely, this is going to set up Lucian really well to carry. I think if Lucian get a good lane phase against Sivir, he's relatively good against Sivir in lane. We'll see whether or not they swap. But if they can find the 2v2 and Lucian can get a lead, I think Isurus could definitely win with this Lucian-Lulu comp.
It also sticks to the two carry threats that this team seems to preference as well.
Yes.
You mentioned normally do it with jungle playing tanks and mid going more of that aggression, but this time instead it's more of a supportive mid laner with the actually full carry jungler really on Kindred. So sticking to the plan here for both sides here. Chiefs don't go too off the rails with the draft, but no fun for Swipe.
I love it. It's the never die Lucian, because there's the Kindred ultimate with the Lulu. It's going to be glorious.
And that's the thing, like Lucian is good enough with those sort of champions because of how mobile like he does. He is short range, but he does so much damage when he's able to just freely hit people. This is probably the best way to enable that. We've seen lots of teams get burnt by Lucian's damage, it feels like, because even late game, he can just go off.
Well, with the double lifesteal build, Mercurial's BT, he's really good against tanks. He's quick, he's mobile, he has the move speed from his W, he has the dash, and with the CDR, his dash is constantly up. So, and with the double lifesteal, the tanks can't actually kill him, particularly when he gets his grievous wounds, his Last Whisper.
Yep, Mortal Reminder.
Mortal Reminder, that's the one. Particularly when he gets that item, he'll be very, very strong against the Trundle and the Poppy. So I think that's why one big reason Lucian has been so great.
Well, it makes a lot of sense. Thanks once again, Carbon, for joining us here on the desk. Been lovely to have you here in the week. Looking forward to seeing you more as we move into top 4. But we are going to get this game underway. Chiefs here with their last game of the tournament. Unfortunately, playing for nothing but pride, but it is still important, Rusty. We'll see what Isurus Gaming can get done here. There's another 5-man invade from the Chiefs. I do like this a lot from them, actually. They've been moving much more aggressively into the jungle just to get some vision down, really trying to force the lane swap or scout it out just a bit more, whereas a lot of teams were blind lane swapping pretty much all tournament long.
Yeah, just getting vision is something that was sorely underrated at the beginning of this tournament, and now they're starting to work their way into it. It is almost a case of too little too late, but they had it going last game as well. One thing I did want to note, however, is how damn happy they are in those player cams, which is always good to see.
Yep, it is important for the Chiefs to keep morale high. So never feels good to be out of contention for top 4 in a tournament, but the Chiefs start to be happy with their performance, and they will have to go out smiling here, which is always the best way. Isurus Gaming, though, still plenty to play for on the Pride side as well. We'll see what they can get done here, as neither team, unfortunately, has had the best tournament so far, but always good to go out strong. As EGM and Radio are going to group things back up. They'll start on these Krugs, and we are going to get standard lanes here. In fact, Zycro's looking for somebody. Not going to see anyone,
He wants the big one, I think.
Oh, he does have a ward, you're right.
Yeah.
He's only got a Q, though, so it's going to be hard to snipe it.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he started W or not,
Yeah.
but maybe that was just me that thinks like that, you know, for particular reasons. Naturally, the Lucian not going to be able to find it. Cute idea, though. Very cute idea.
Yeah, I like it. You can try to hang out. If they make a misstep, maybe you get in there. Looks like Swiper and Pride, though. And Swiper is on the Trundle, important to note also. We'll see if he can really take a reasonably good matchup for him and start to bully, because Swiper has not had the best lanes so far, despite when he does get ahead. He usually does well. Trundle's probably a good pick for that. There's Egypt on the Poppy, one of his favorite supports. He was a big proponent of this when it first came out, and then even though it's dropped off a bit globally and even locally in the OPL, Egypt was still playing it, and we saw Doge obviously do work with it.
We saw Doge handle Chiefs with that, to say the least, but definitely still a carry style of support, as is Trundle in the top lane. If they were to flex it and have him support, Trundle's still very carry-oriented as well. And that's the cool thing about the Chiefs comp, and that's what separates the Chiefs from Isurus Gaming right now, is all of them can do damage in their own right.
And here comes Egypt. He's gone for a very sneaky level 2 gank here. Gonna leave Radiant to his own devices, and here we go. Oh, spotted out though, EMP, not buying that one.
It's actually blatantly obvious as well if you have a look at the way Radiant was positioned in the bottom lane. He was hiding next to the bush, and he's like, guys, I have my support with me. Do not walk at me, but I am not farming minions. I swear I'm safe.
Well, Ejim does have to return, but I like the aggression regardless. Kratos, though, will pick up the mark on the top side, Scuttle Crab. As Ejim does return, whacks a minion. Gets that proc for a bit of extra health, and here we go, straight into the wall. Newbie going to take good damage. Nice Boomerang Blade comboed in as well. This is the sort of lane where Ejim and Radiant do feel pretty comfy in, but do have to be careful of the potential trade from Lucian and Ali.
I'm curious of what the communication was between Isurus Gaming's top laner and jungler, because that was a scarily predictable timing on walking towards that top lane gank. Everyone wards at 3 minutes if they have room to ward that bush. If they don't have room, generally they're too pushed in to be ganked in the first place. So very curious to see him reveal himself and give this information.
Radiant did it again though. Zycra going to get aggressed on by Ejim, but her spell shield. It is difficult to spell shield Lucian Q, but gotta get those reflexes sharpened back up. Spooks is now looking mid lane.
Yeah, big Raider. Really been struggling with those spell shields. Every single Lucian that we've seen has been hitting them time and again.
Well, this is good.
Spells are
Lockdown.
on.
Spooks is in. Damage is good. End of the lines there. EMP forced to flash, but the ignite will give first blood to Swiffer.
They lock down that first blood in the middle lane once again. Spooks changing things up, reverting back to what works for them, and that is camping the Swiffer.
Especially when Swiffer has an assassin. It's nice to see them back at it.
He is a bit like a vacuum for kills though, isn't he?
Yes.
Old Swiffer.
Well, TP is going to keep EMP actually pretty healthy as far as overall CS goes. Going to pick these up and even things right back up. But of course, that first blood going to LeBlanc could spell problems for the Lulu. Fiendish Codex there for Lulu right now. We'll see what Swift wants to go back and get. It is aggressive. Abyssal first, but he grabs the Blasting Wand.
Yeah, got the Blasting Wand with the Null Magic Mantle, so still a bit of resistances. And even compared to EMP, who's not going that route at all, I would imagine that he's going towards the Athene's Unholy Grail.
Very
but
nice.
still, he's gone the aggressive part first.
Very nice there from Newbie. Could also be Frost Queen's Claim. Seen a bit of that, I think, in the tournament.
Yeah, I'm still not a big fan of it.
I'm not either.
Like, Lulu got nerfed, it got nerfed. Buying it on Lulu is like double nerf. It doesn't make it good, it makes it just as bad.
Yes, correct. Those things don't add up the way you think. There's Kratos and EMP wandering a little bit around the red side of the jungle.
This is not maths.
It's not.
Two negatives do not make a positive in League of Legends. Makes
Spooks.
two negatives.
They stack.
Yeah, exactly.
Spooks back mid lane, but this time he's straight on top of a ward, so EMP not going to be fooled this time. I'm not sure that means I'll not try for it, though.
I like how EMP is playing, but it's risky. So if he plays up, Spooks will stay. He won't recall, and that's a lot of time wasted where Kindred can either come to counter gank, but it's dependent.
Oh, chain lands in. Second chain's in as well. EMP moving in, but Spooks is already here. Swiffer, though, is going to get the next kill. Ejim's also up, and there's Kratos into the wall. Damage is down. Level 5 Kindred's burning, and Spooks gets another.
And that's the exact downside that you don't want to see. Swiffer hitting both chains was very clutch right there, and Spooks puts down the burst. And whilst he was baiting them in EMP, keeping Spooks nearby, the risk is that you die.
Yep, and that's what happens. Ejim also there really tips the scales in the Chiefs' favor, and they're going to do massive damage to this turret. Newbie and Zekro are here down now, but I'm not sure they have enough for it. Ejim is going to block the alley up with a W. They won't get the turret, but Swiffer starting to really get on a roll, and as you said, it just feels like good old times once again.
Yeah, Swiffer and Spooks, 2-0-1, 1-0-2. Holding their hands all the way to victory was the old name of the game from Chiefs. Things have changed recently, however, and even Ejim being there.
Ejim is so
You cheeky
adorable.
devil.
Straight into the wall. Oh, Boomerang Blade follows in as well. Big damage there. That's actually going to flash in Radiant. Spell shields to some of the CC, and now Swift is in there. Should be able to get it, but the flash is good. Swift, though, going to flash over and Q down for another kill.
Yeah, this is flashbacks to the old Chiefs indefinitely, especially that LeBlanc on Swiffer rotating around the map to help his team, and it's on the back of Ejim catching them up against the wall. 4-0 now for the Chiefs against Isurus Gaming.
And you can see Spooks, everyone very happy in the player cams like you mentioned already. Swiffer back and Assassin certainly feels like home for the side. 4-0 in 7.5 minutes. 2,500 gold up already. And you have to feel like the train is not stopping anytime soon. Swiffer, he just looks so comfortable on Assassins.
And irrespective of anything else that's happened in this tournament, this is the Chiefs that we've been sorely missing. And it makes you wonder, with the fact that they're now eliminated, if they feel like there's nothing on the line for them and they play with such confidence, that you would imagine it was capable beforehand.
Well, it was, but instead we'll just see how this game works out. Certainly, again, winning is important for both sides here. You're playing for morale in a lot of ways. Want to keep those smiles on the faces right until the end of the tournament. Spooks and Swiffer, though, going to pair up once more, this time just for a blue buff. But Swiffer is awfully strong at this stage of the game. Does need to spend the money that he's earned. EMP's gone back for a second Doran's ring. And Spooks is now topside. Team at Trundle starting to do work here, but Spooks wants more.
Yeah, Trundle not too tanky. I mean, Nautilus rather.
Oh. Pride does make it to the tower though. Smokescreen and Pillar not enough, but good little chunk of damage. And Spooks should be able to push in for some turret damage as well.
Nautilus is not afraid.
Oh, they want to dive it. Kratos is here. There's the ulti out onto Spooks, but Swiper's pretty massive. Good ulti there, but responded well by Kratos, dead. And that's going to be the kill out onto the Trundle. Very good counter gank by Kindred.
Yeah, well done from Kratos. He bides his time with the very obvious knowledge that Spooks is there, given that he was in lane hitting the Nautilus, but just on time he uses that ult, drops it down, keeps him healthy.
Well, looking good there. Spooks will actually stay for the wave here. I think he's going to take some of these creeps, but pull it back. Make sure Swiper gets those. He might even be able to walk up there and save that TP as a result. Swiffer though, continuing mid lane. Does have the Abyssal now finished with a pair of boots as well. Going to look to get out of his lane and maybe back towards bottom side. Sivir looking pretty strong with all sorts of AD built up, and that's a lot of pings. I think that's Swiper.
Yeah, they'll Swiper telling Spooks to get
off
out.
the way.
Yeah, he stayed for another wave and pushed it in. Scumbag Spooks, you're a jungler, mate.
Well, here we go. Towered up in the bottom side, but ISG will TP in. Swiffer though straight onto Zycro. Needs to proc another one there. Ejim going to lock him down as well. The buckler's thrown in. The Ignite's good, and Swiffer going to shut down that culling with an auto. Now Swiper continuing to move in onto Pride, who did TP in. EMP's around the side as well. But Swiffer wants more. Kratos has found Radier. Radier's going to try and do battle with the Kindred, but Kindred absolutely going to win that little AD carry battle. And now Swiper getting knocked around. ISG starting to fight back.
Yeah, they definitely have some bark and bite behind them. ISG. Spooks was top lane for no particular reason, but he's here now.
He's busy taking creeps there. Is actually the ulti's down, but a good exhaust going to keep him safe. And Spooks is forced to flash over that tree.
That was fair enough from Spooks, I suppose. He thought he had the kill threat. Of course, he has the challenging smite available to him, and he got an abundance of farm from that top lane. Dragon, however, I don't think should be taken by ISG. That's a risk.
Yeah, Swiffer's here as well. Spook's going to force them off it. Ejim even here looking for some CC. And the Chiefs will force them away. Maybe a fight's going to break out here, because Swiffer's sort of caught out of position. Chiefs have to be careful that they don't get collapsed on trying to pincer, but Swiffer does walk himself out pretty casually.
It's going to burst Nubu probably.
Yep, chain down. Ulti's there for our star though, so no need to commit. ISG do clear the pink ward and actually going to group as 5 strong, try and knock down this mid lane.
Yeah, it's a lot of members here, and Swiffer's not able to safely wave clear against an Alistar.
Oh, actually got pulverized. There's the ulti as well from Nautilus. You called it, not safe, but he does actually get out.
He's lucky to be alive because of LeBlanc's passive turning him invisible. Tower stands though, and they get one in the bottom.
Not a big enough wave, it seems like. Radio able to get the tower down in bottom lane. He's good news there for the Chiefs. They'll actually continue up in gold here, about 3,000 gold ahead now. Very bold from Swiffer, who now goes back and gets himself the Sork shoes.
He absolutely should have died there as well. I can't believe he lived. I can't believe it.
I can't believe it either. But he does live to tell the tale this time around. It's actually worth a lot of gold, so it's probably a good thing that he didn't go down. And look at Swiper working topside here. Teammate already ready here. Trundle just so happy, and it only gets better. This creep wave does not exist. Chiefs looking to take another tower, this time in top lane.
I've always wondered, of all things, why the Subjugate, or the W rather, I forget what it's called, the Land of Filth that he just places down.
Oh, struggle for Pride. Ejim going to get the stun down. Just some damage though. Nautilus pretty tanky right now.
What's it called?
Frozen Domain it is now.
Really?
It used to be something else.
Yeah, sorry.
It used to be Contaminate, I think.
Yeah, okay.
There you go.
Damn name changes.
Oh, run. Right here. EMP can't quite close them off though. Does use a Sivir ulti to get himself out. Takes the mid turret as well. It's pretty impressive stuff, although Kratos is going to pick up this Dragon. No Devourer completed just yet. Doesn't mean that the stacks will go missing, as Swiffer might even collapse for this one. 2v3 right now.
Yeah, he's got a Devourer.
Oh, stealing it. He does get it.
Really,
Oh,
Swiffer?
he does too. You're right. I saw a dagger and I assume.
That was like an auto attack and a Q, I think, from Swiffer at best. Might have just been the auto attack, but locks it down. So yes, no 5 stacks to Kratos. The Dragon was the right idea.
Made a lot more sense when I was trying to take it as well,
Yeah.
so thank you. But still,
No worries,
Swift will
it's not
actually
beautiful.
deny that away. That's very cheeky. As the Chiefs 5-3 up in kills, and now a Dragon to boot, with 3 towers being the real big news here. They are crazy far ahead in gold. 6K up at 13 minutes in.
Yeah, it's pretty unreasonable. There's a lot of farming advantage of Radair because he is essentially a siege engine. At the moment, he's doing nothing but hitting towers and minions on their way to towers.
He's 50 CS ahead of Lucian.
He's playing an MMO.
That is a lot. He kind of is, yeah. PvE. He's the new jungler. Spooks is the new AD carry.
He needs to get level 12 for his sick new gear.
Well, a few levels off, unfortunately.
Weirdly appropriate.
Swift with a nice aggressive pink ward there. Just looking to make picks at this point, but he's going to move back to mid lane and keep that farm up. Pride looking for something here as Kratos goes to join him on the top left-hand side of the jungle. Looks like red buff is up. Kidra going to go ahead and take that one for ISG as Swiffer and Spooks. Once again grouping up, just trying to find a pick.
Yeah, no, they're going to do this. No,
Nope.
they're not. Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah. Sick.
I'm not sure about that one. I think, yeah. I assume that was headbutt the wall, use the other one because you think you're already over there, and then get over the wall, and surprise is now gone.
Spooks is out.
Yeah, locked up. He's going to dash out of the way, uses the ulti to create some distance. Kratos actually getting crit. Swiffer's going to lock him down. Lamb's Spite's there, but they can probably take him down now. He's invulnerable still for a little while longer. The Ignite's down, and Swiffer is going to claim him. And the Swiper's just gone crazy as Ejim's going to battle Pride now, but Swiper is huge on the troll.
Ejim's in trouble.
Going to hit the ulti, but the heal's going to keep him alive. Pride now going to get knocked back here. He does actually take out Ejim, but he's going to fall for it. 2-1 there, Chiefs with a good trade.
2-1, but a lot of blinking health bars on the side of Isurus Gaming, so the Chiefs with this minion wave should be able to siege it down, even gifting Radair some mana. As I'm not sure that they're done just yet. They want to get what they can, whilst they can.
No need to stop. Chiefs potential here to break the base very early on, but don't overcommit for it. Swiffer again. A little too hyphy on the old LeBlanc distortion.
I think Hyphy sums them up nicely right now, pastry time. They are absolutely Hyphy.
Well, no fear at this point of the tournament. 8K up, though, is a huge lead for the Chiefs. So look to bring it home, at least with some panache. Radiant, again, his favorite game. Lord of Leaguecraft. Just happily farming away. Lord of Radio. How about that?
Yeah.
Sakura going to answer here, but...
Radair of Legends.
And mini wave gone. Swiffer there in his back pocket, just in case. In fact, there he goes. He's going to find Newbie, though. That's probably not the bad pick, but Zycro probably going to go down to Swiffer. Swiffer's going to face tank the culling. Needs a few more autos. Radio flashes in to steal it. And now a teleport in for Isurus. Pride is going to lock down Ejim, but here's the counter TP from the Chiefs. Ejim trying to get out of the way, but he's taking too much damage. He is going to go down as Kratos takes him out, but Swiper just straight in there, smashing people with his club. He's going to try and 1v1 the jungler, but a double kill there for Kindred as Spooks can't get the ulti either. Everyone's flashing over walls. Spooks goes in.
Spooks!
Not enough.
Oh, just Spooks wasn't even there at the start of the fight, right? Like, look at all of the pings coming down on the map. The Chiefs are really confused with their jungler and wondering where the heck he was.
I think that may have been Swiffer informing Spooks of his current positioning.
I believe that is, generally speaking, Swiffer, yes. I would imagine based off there being at least 15 of those pings, it's probably more
That's true.
than just Swiffer.
It is, you know, minimap pinging is a team effort. You're right. League of
Absolutely.
Legends is a team game.
It does cap you, because it'd be unfair if it wasn't.
Swiffer also going to go ahead and take the blue buff. So Spooks not quite on top of it as far as pathing around the map goes. Been on the wrong side twice now.
Kratos has been blazing around the map, though. Absolutely everywhere.
He's been good. 4-2-0 actually for the Kindred. Could be enough to try and pick something up here. So for the top side, looking for Pride. That's pretty big. Someone to try and kill. Swiper, they're going to strip his resistances down with the ultimate. Although here's an answering TP from EMP. Pride, they're already dead. Now EMP is going to get chased down because Ejim's made his way up as well. Ejim looking for the wall, smashing him into it, but a good flash from EMP is going to prevent that. Now
Chains are
Newbie
on.
locked up. Chains are good, but the ulti's out there for Ali now. Spooks is in. Oh, into the tower. It's a disaster. Spooks, ulti's in the air. That doesn't do anything. Kratos gets another kill. The Mimic goes down. 5th kill for Kindred.
Yeah, they're getting heaps of kills. Swiffer's not done,
Oh,
though.
Newbie, that's maybe a kill, but the Wildcard's going to keep him alive. Ejim going to try and get the assassination down. Does pop the ulti in, but Lantis bites down to heal him. Swiffer still moving in, gets the distortion in. Massive damage there on the backline, as that's 3 kills for the Chiefs, including a double for LeBlanc.
Yeah, they get a double assassination onto Swiffer. They're now going to siege the turret in the top lane. Raider is continuing his PvE
He's
ways.
not left bottom lane.
He loves those minions down there, but it makes sense when he's playing Sivir. I'll forgive him for one time only. The Chiefs are still commanding in this game with Dragon in 30 seconds. They'll probably just go grab that one.
Yeah, huge gold lead here. 10,000 gold up in the lead. Swiffer once again wants it. He's going to combo in onto Pride. Another great chain lands in. Good poke damage there. This Nautilus is really not very tanky, and Swiffer, if he had hit that, I think that was another kill.
Potentially was, yeah. Swiffer's doing a lot of damage, and he's about to buy a lot of items, I would imagine. Given how many things they just achieved, it'd be at least the Morellos. Yeah.
Wow, and an EDC large rod on top of it also. Massive power for this LeBlanc, who's 8-0-2. Again, Assassin Swiffer, where were you for the rest of the tournament? But glad you showed up now. Eating with a big grin on his face. He's having a whole lot of fun on the Poppy. That much I can promise you.
Yeah. I think it's safe to say they're all enjoying themselves right now, and it is good to see them happy, given that they are eliminated. Isurus Gaming are still holding on for dear life through the grasp of Kratos, primarily. And remember, they've got the Lulu composition as well. As frustrated as they may be by the Lulu's build, we are still seeing a Kindred who can be amplified further throughout this.
Tools are certainly there from ISG, but Chiefs with momentum. Going to put that ward down, look to siege it. Oh, this is dangerous for Newbie. He says no. Zycro's here though, but Swiffer's up in his back pocket. There he is, straight in there. Zycro's like, absolutely not. But a good pulverize there. Swiffer does go back to his original W. Ward stays though. Chiefs protect the objective.
Primary objective saved. Bit of health missing, however, onto Swiffer, so he needs to show a bit more caution. Not that he will.
No, absolutely not. Ejim flashes in, looks for something, doesn't get it, but the tower does go over to Chiefs, who have 6 turrets to 0 right now. Roof Tower goes back to his home. The Chiefs could look for Dragon here, but ISG are actually trying to cause a flank here. Swiper busy topside, getting work done with Titanic Hydra and Iceborne already done.
Yeah. The Chiefs in this bottom lane are just proper clowning to try and keep them busy right now. Swiper's going to put in work if he does not get contested in that top lane. And Swiffer, that was close.
That would have been a
No,
kill.
never
That
mind.
is a kill. Spooks with a nice snipe there, and Kratos, I don't think he had his ulti anyway. But there's Ejim going to try and zone them off. The Chiefs are going to break here in the bottom half. Tower is going to fall. Needs one more auto. Come on, Radiant. There we go. Graves handles it. And this inhibitor looking awfully vulnerable as well. Looks like it will go down. ISG, no response right now. Spook's going to chase away the mid laner.
So 20 minutes in to have like an 11k gold lead is nearly unreasonable. Swiper's not going to stop in that top lane as long as Chiefs are in the bottom.
Newbie looking to make a play though, could be a little dangerous. Here's Swiffer once again, locks down EMP with another nice chain. While growth is used, there's a 2-chain coming in. Swiffer legendary, 9-0-3.
Yeah, putting in work LeBlanc right now, and it all stems from Spooks being mid early throughout that game, then translating that lead to the rest of the map with Swiffer. The jungle was their domain. Marina in trouble. Fair enough.
Was taking the tower, so had to burn his ulti to get out, but does successfully do so. Chiefs are going to continue to break here. Spooks is just straight into the back line. Helps there though. Swiffer looking to nail down the Alistar, but the ulti's good from Newbie to keep him alive.
Rides in.
Uh-oh. Goes in, but I'm not sure he wanted it. Swiper now going to chase him down. Swiffer still looking for blood. Does not have his ultimate though, so a little hard to chase. Chiefs though will take a second inhibitor, 21.5 minutes in. Swiper rejoins the team to make sure they lock down this base.
Yeah, they get 2 inhibitors. Radar actually flashing because he needed to last hit it. And Ejim's now caught as well.
1v2 right now.
This could take a while.
Help coming. Swiffer's here. It's all a ruse. Ejim puts up the W. That's enough movement speed to get away. Another good chain from Swiffer. Should disengage, but Nautilus
Ejim,
hook.
you're on your own.
Ready to go. He certainly is. Flash hook ready for Pride. Does he land it? Swiper top lane actually going to be a big threat here if ISG continue to chase.
They
As
are.
a result, they can't. Oh, they are?
Have a look at
How
your
did
mini
Ejim
map.
get away? Swiffer leading them on a wild goose chase. Oh, no.
Yeah, he's just having fun now.
Kratos
See where he
probably
goes.
doesn't want to be there. Locked down. Lancer Spike popped. Swiffer with another chain. Locks him down. Needs to go back in, though. Oh, wow. That Q did so much damage.
I think he ignited. No, he didn't. It just did a lot of damage.
Auto Q, boom.
Yeah, that was Morello's I was looking at. Wow, Swiffer. You calm down.
Well, no calm this game. Chiefs Full
Actually
high
bought
feed.
yet? Yeah, there we go. Nice. Rylai's Crystal Scepter.
All right.
Standard LeBlanc. Oh, no. Speaking of standard items, have a look at Swiper. He's a bit angry.
Ginsu's Rage Blade Trundle. I actually love it. Very angry man. Angry troll. Troll man.
Angry troll man.
Well, unfortunately, split pudding doesn't work as well when most of the base is dead. The Chiefs are looking for another inhib here. Swiper will stay group with his team. Pride not too tanky right now, especially versus LeBlanc. He has no magic resist right now.
Yeah,
Not even an
ISG
Aegis.
still looking though.
Oh, see ya. Back to the fountain you go. And the Chiefs now grouped up. I'm going to try and force a fight here. Last inhib left. Rady going to take it down. And as the pillar, Pride could be in trouble. Swiffer dives in, but doesn't overcommit. Does bait them in though, but Newbie's in. Ejin puts up the W to try and keep them out. And the ultis are down for Alistar. He's pretty tanky. They're calling out for Lucian, but Rady just wants to finish things off. Does get hooked up though, but Pride now has to flash out of the way. Swiffer straight into the backline as Rady barely lives. And the Chiefs looking to end this game very swiftly. Nexus now exposed.
Yeah, Nexus open. Chiefs, they've got the minion wave there to crash down. Isurus Gaming are holding on for dear life. And it's a battle against the minions. The Chiefs are letting this happen. The plot twist.
They're going to wait. He's going to try and find a window in. Swiper is smashing EMP though. Takes him out pretty much solo 1v3. Swiffer Legendary takes out. Alistar is peeling up for the rest of them. Pride's going to go down as well. It's an absolute bloodbath this game. He's going to clean things out, pad those stats for one last time, and then take about Chiefs. The tournament ends here, but it does end in style with a big win to finish things off.
Yeah, already the Chiefs were eliminated before this game actually started. And with reckless abandon, the Chiefs, they come in. And it could have gone either way when they were playing how they were, but with style, they find themselves that victory. And they put themselves above Isurus Gaming on the standings.
And you know what? That's pretty much all they could have asked for from that spot. It is nice, but it is a consolation, and that's what we know it is for the Chiefs. Unfortunate for them, Oceania will not be continuing their run in this tournament and unable to make a top 4. Seemed like we had a chance at some point, Rusty, but the Chiefs just couldn't quite finish out those last games today. They lost to Dead FM, which they played excellently, by the way. Just not enough.
Yeah, and honestly, to me, it's just the rest of the teams that showed up at this tournament stepped up on the last day. INTZ from Brazil actually looked phenomenal in their first game they played against Supermassive. They'll be playing again later to see if they can cement that fact and send a statement to the teams they're going to be playing. But the Chiefs, they played the same style. I didn't really see the same adaptation from these guys. The drafts were different.
Yep.
Every single day they were learning, but they weren't learning at the same rapid pace that everyone else was.
I almost find it a bit weird that they just sort of went away from what really worked for them, right? Like, they had the engaged comps. They sort of figured it out before all the other teams could just play to, effectively win mid-game and then snowball the game from there. And then I think maybe tricked themselves. Like, against Saigon Jokers, I feel like they tried to outclass them and just got beaten by brute force.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, this whole tournament just came down to fundamentals. Like, everyone's just playing crowd control. They're just team fighting and they're brute forcing their way through. Draft is only part of that battle, and whilst you can play this delicate and really intricate team composition, you can execute on it. If you still make it to late game, they're still going to brute force you. They're still going to team fight you, and that was where it really went down. They just executed better.
Well, we'll have to see how that all works out, because strong-looking stuff there in the end for Chiefs. It did look pretty good to sort of center things around. I do have to say, though, the rest of the teams are looking good. And let's talk a little bit about top 4, because we do have that to consider with the rest of things moving out now. Top 4 teams, I think you're right. They've definitely got more consistent as the days goes on. 4 days of group stage is quite a lot there in the round robin, but it does make sense that we have, 4 very strong-looking teams who have played consistently throughout the tournament make it there.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, Supermassive, they started off as like the team to beat, essentially, with hard random. They're the ones that are only now showing signs of faltering, and I'm not sure if it's them showing signs of faltering or if it's the Brazilian side INTZ showing signs of improvement, but even the Saigon Jokers have taken them down. So honestly, we look at the top 4, they are the most consistent teams, they're the most deserving of their positions, and all of my commendations to them for actually making it to that position, but still there's a dynamic within that top 4 of actual differences.
Well, Chiefs, unfortunately, we'll have to bow out of the tournament there, but again, a nice game to end things off. Rusty is always what could have been, and unfortunately for the Chiefs, it just wasn't to be this tournament. The reverse OS was not. We couldn't do it. We usually do well on day 1. Instead, we had an abysmal day 1. It looked like we would bring it back.
Mind gamed.
But cursed either way, it seems like.
Yeah, just cursed in general. And I mean, I do want to say every region at this tournament has gotten better as well. Though. That's the really cool thing to me is we've gone from IWCI to a year later being at the next IWCI, and it feels like everyone has improved. It's just that some more rapidly than others, as an example, which is why they're in the top 4.
Certainly is, and it's been great to see how strong a lot of these teams have gotten. There's some exciting matches certainly to be played. Hard to say exactly who the favorites are looking for now. Hard to look past hard at random, perhaps, as we'll see which teams are going to keep battling through. Rusty, early predictions, I know. But I know you're not going to be on the casting desk for the rest of the day, so I do get to ask you, who would you pick for a favorite looking at that top 4 now that we have locked it in?
I think it depends on the rest of today.
Okay.
If INTZ actually perform in their last game, I'm going to go with them. If it's not them, then I'm going with hard round.
Well, quick one there, but we will, of course, get those later. Don't forget, though, still group status to play. We'll see how the rest of the teams are looking out as we come back. IWCI round robin.